Hello.
Wow. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is episode 120 of the NgoVo Convo podcast. We're two
120.
stupids. Yes. Make a hype.
Hype. Unexpectedly hype.
For you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, NgoVo, and I'm joined by Harrison No. He's to my left. I'm to his right.
Yes. I'm not going to confirm or deny.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Right. But if you're new here, we both just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from animated comics. But also, we're trying to clean up this never-ending backlog, which is currently still never-ending, but the backlog is slowly clearing up.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But
But also, some would say, it's two people. Harrison and I, him and I, together, conversing.
like NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo spelt right above my head.
Wow. Genius. Look at that.
Validation.
Validation. Because you can watch every episode on YouTube or listen to it as a podcast by searching NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. We're everywhere. And in this episode, if you haven't noticed the title yet, we are going to be talking about My Happy Marriage, Season 1. So, if you haven't finished it, the series is on Netflix. It's 12 episodes. Come back to us after a weekend. Like this video. Keep it in your queue. Keep us in your tabs for later. But yeah, I say surprise because My Happy Marriage is a historical romance. And Harrison, I'm not going to say you don't like romance. You just haven't found like the right one.
I just don't seek it. I just don't watch it because I think growing up, as a dude, I never got into shoujo because, not the target audience. So I just assumed.
But I specifically told him to watch this one because I've read this. And so I was like, Harrison, go watch it. I was just like, it's historical, which is also something you don't like. And then I was like, it's romance. It's got action.
Historical. Yeah, I guess.
Sort of historical.
I like history, but I guess with anime, I don't seek it either. So.
Yeah. Unless it's Rurouni Kenshin. That's very historical.
Yeah,
that's another episode, another topic.
Be like that.
But Harrison, I know you bulk watched this. I was the one that watched this weekly, right? And then you kind of bulk watched like a couple episodes.
I bulk watched half of it, and then I started watching weekly.
Oh. Okay.
No, wait, no. I bulk watched until episode 9, and the last 3 weeks I watched weekly.
Okay. So, him and I just flipped Bungo and My Happy Marriage.
Yeah. I forgot to watch this, honestly.
That's funny.
But every time I open up Netflix, I'm like, oh, that's right.
I know. Every time he opened up and we were talking, he was like, so My Happy Marriage, huh? And I was like, yeah, we're like 7 weeks in.
I was like, oops.
And then Harrison on the other end, he's like, have you started Bungo? I was like, no. He's like, we're 8 weeks in. So back and forth here. But Harrison, non-spoiler thoughts. Initial thoughts, actually, on My Happy Marriage.
So, yeah, initial thoughts. I really was just expecting like a love story and all that because Veronica also got me into what was it? Level 90. What was it? The other one that we reviewed?
Oh yeah,
the name was long, but it was like with anyway. Go check
the level 999.
Yes.
Just search that up and
you'll know.
See it.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think recently I just kind of like have been more open to it because one, I think there's just so much. There's either so much to watch, but I don't really have much that I feel like I'm watching. And then this one was good just because I think my wife was also interested. So I'm like, all right, sure, let's just watch it. But then I didn't expect to get super engrossed and or expect a interesting twist and power system and action in here. I'm like, wait, this is actually really cool. Like, it's a good mix. Like, enough drama that I'm like, all right, I get it. Political intrigue. Cool. So, unexpectedly, really hooked.
Yeah. I figured you'd like this because of the power system, and I didn't even say that. I was just like,
yes, thank you for not.
It's nice.
It's not even just power. It's just cool that it's like families
It's
have
like a family political, like born to be powers,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
That's where the drama is. Like
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
the whole like marrying into certain families and arranging marriages for all these
Yeah.
things. So yeah,
You know, to have
interesting.
generational power
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the two main characters?
Yes.
How'd you feel about them? How'd you feel about Mio and...
I love Miu and Kyoka. I think
Yeah.
my one gripe was probably my one gripe is what is the normal issue with shoujo is
Age gap.
actually no, I didn't even notice that. Is there an age gap?
Yes, there is.
Really? Oh, it didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
But
No, it didn't feel like it, but there is an age gap.
if they mentioned it, I guess I just didn't think anything of, or I didn't even notice. Actually, no, straight up, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your gripe with...
It was just how like
Shoujo?
no, it was just like the drama that the characters started, just because
the family
it's
stuff.
no, it's just like the whole like they have drama with their relationship for the sake of it is what it felt like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Okay,
like the
yeah.
typical like anything romance related. That's always got to be the thing.
The case, yeah.
The case, no matter what, like rom-com
No
or
matter
anything like that. So that was just my one gripe, I'd say.
But that's like a typical trope.
But it's
for
typical, so
romance.
that's why I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's bad
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show. It's just typical with romance, like shows
Yeah.
in general.
No, I agree. No, I totally agree. I thoroughly enjoyed My Happy Marriage. I've read it. I was so happy this is going to be an anime.
Yep.
I mean, it's like fantasy, historical romance, all like grouped into one,
Yeah.
which is everything I
Yeah.
like in an anime.
I think I think I like this a lot mainly because unexpectedly it had like it felt very fleshed out, like with the world
Mhm.
and like the interactions, how things, the political system, and just how everything worked. I think that's why I liked it a lot more than expected, because it was just cool that it was like historically families have, they arrange stuff, right? Or like
Yeah.
they do things for power, or there's, or even like, unfortunately with Mio's like position, she gets the way she gets treated is because of how society perceives
Powerless.
powerless
She
so
is,
by
yeah.
societal standards. There's all this thing, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Like I think that's what
Yeah. No.
kept
was
me
really
like
cool.
definitely kept me going.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm ready to get right
yeah, let's
into
go.
it. If you're into
Yeah,
it.
I'm ready.
In 5, 1.
Oh.
Who? I have to ask this, but any characters that you disliked?
Her whole family.
I like how you're like, huh? No, I agree. Kaya, most hated character.
Oh yeah, got what
Yeah.
she deserved. 100%. Man, I
Yeah.
was so heated whenever like I was like, man, he was getting abused. This
I know. It was stupid, wasn't it?
screwed his family.
Oh, God. What did you feel made you get sucked into My Happy Marriage? At what point did you think, because I know it's not technically the romance. I know we always
it's-
make fun of like the romance part, but like
No,
what
yeah.
really sucked you in?
I think
To
wanting
this.
to, because like you see the situation she's in, and you really feel for her off the bat, because you're like, this is such a harsh environment, and you just want her to be happy.
Yeah.
And she, because I think it's like her character is just so like soft spoken, and it's just like very nice and just like good hearted, and you're like, man, I just want her to must protect at all costs.
She must be protected. Mia was just so sweet.
Yeah, and it's like,
So
but
sweet.
it was like the typical like, oh yeah, this felt very Cinderella-esque, where
Mhm.
the family's just, the stepmom's terrible, the stepsister, or the half sister sucks.
The half sister, yeah.
Yeah. But
No,
and
it
even
was
the dad,
so
and at
sad.
first I was like, oh, can the dad be that bad? I guess. Oh yeah, he's bad too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, screw him.
Just as bad.
Not as bad, but equally
He's
equally
up there.
guilty. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like yeah. So it's like what kept me going was I wanted to root. It was like rooting for her, right? You're rooting for her,
Mio.
rooting for the happy marriage.
The happiness. Did you think that she was like, because I know at some point she does get kidnapped, right? And that's
Yes.
kind of like a quarter of way through. Did you think she was gonna like make it out?
I figured. So my guess was she jumping into the whole thing because he's fighting this not war,
Kyoko.
but Kyoko's fighting like the battles with like what's going on with
Political battles with
kind of.
people.
It's with the spirits too, right? There's all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I can see how the drama started building up. But seeing the family, like, because she essentially it was like her actual family.
Her family, yeah.
I figured she'd get out, but I guess for a bit I was like, oh, I don't know how they're going to drag this out. Or I was wondering if they're going to drag this out and be like, oh, now this is the family issue. Like being with the actual family. But they went through it pretty fast. Like the grandpa was like, no. The grandpa was actually better than I expected. But they kept like they kept the suspense with the cousin for a good bit.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
Kyoko's just really cool.
Yes.
He is so cool. And I think what made it interesting was that, like, yes, he's a soldier. Yes, he has to get married. Like, you know, for
Cold
like,
boy.
Yeah, you know. But also it's just like the power system is crazy.
I sat there and I'm like, homeboy Sasuke the entire time.
Yes.
Sasuke, but moving up the ranks.
No, but it was like that rescue part was crazy. He literally burnt down her like family's estate.
No. Wasn't his fault. It was the other. It was the other
guy.
It was the no. Okay. I thought there was gonna be more drama for the sake of drama. My expectation, right? Because it was so it was Mio and the guy that she was into, who had to marry Kaya, who was technically they were a love thing, right?
Yeah.
Love interest. But then here comes Kyoko, and I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna fight. Nope, not even. Like
no.
Everything that I expected for a typical romance kind of almost touched it, but then they didn't do it, right?
Yeah, which I was happy about. Because I was like, if there's gonna be a triangle, I'm out.
Yeah, that's why I was worried. I was like, is there a triangle here? And then I was like, oh no, they introduced the dude, the cousin. And at the time, I was like, is he a cousin? I don't know what's his thing, because he was talking to the emperor. Are they gonna make a love triangle? Oh, I hate love triangles so much. I think it's a very weak use of like drama.
Yeah.
Because CW does it so much, right? And
we're having PTSD.
Yeah. I mean, that's also why like I just kind of steer away, because I always feel like it's very predictable, and some people like it. You know, some people like that kind of thing, but I don't.
I hate the second male lead syndrome.
Yeah.
I totally hate it.
And they skirted the line a lot.
Yes, they did.
But then they never went through it. I was like, okay, cool. Because I think it's more a better way of giving the having an issue with the relationship. That's why I also kind of like enjoyed it. For a bit I thought it was dumb, but I think it's just typical. Like when
it's a trope.
When Mio and Kyoko was like, oh, Kyoko's like, oh no, I will take care, and she's like, I don't care. And I'm like, oh, that's
I know.
I was like, oh, I hate this, but I get it. This is expected. What's new?
Did you like Mio's kind of like growth in season 1? Ooh, excuse me. In season 1?
Yeah, no,
it's kind of like she's like figuring out herself.
And it makes sense. No, it was so funny. I think it makes sense because I remember I was talking to someone and they were saying like how it was someone that their gripe was like how they didn't like her at this point. And this is like during the whole like family strife thing. Then they're like, I don't get why she's doing all this. I'm like, bro, she grew up in a traumatic environment. I can't give her shit. I actually cannot give her like. You're complaining about how she's if someone's complaining about how she's acting, I'm like, go back to like how she was just abused as a child, essentially. Yeah. Basically. You can't question.
I just love how she she like really shows Kyoka like how to like be a good fiance. Be a good guy. A better one.
Because
he was so kind of like...
Because he is a good dude. I think he's just a very distant person, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's that whole... It's the Gojo effect, as I would say.
Okay.
He's so strong that he's on an island just to find out there's someone that...
PTSD.
Oops.
I hate you for this. We're cutting it off here, ladies and gents.
But no, it's like, I think it's like the again, I think this is a very tropey series, but I think it's fine. They
because, like, you know, it's Mio's kind of like first relationship. It's not his, but he's always broken off of all the
well,
the other ladies.
I love how he's like, if I tell you to die, you go die. And obviously, like, his personality is just like, it's a test, obviously, or partially. Yeah, but partially. The fact that she's like, okay, and he was like, even he was like, oh shit, that's not good.
I should not have said
like, that was not good.
But I just love how her, like, I don't know, the little presents that she gives him, and like she has to make meals.
It's very wholesome.
The way how she makes meals. It's very wholesome.
Their relationship is very wholesome, right? Yeah. And even like just seeing the one gratifying moment was like, because Kaya is such a little like POS, right?
Yeah.
She's like talking, and it's so traumatic to see like Mio like interact with her, and it's her own sister. But then like for the housemaid for Kyoka, coming out to like not actually just defending her, it's just like talking good about her, right? It just felt so satisfying. There's like those moments.
I know, those were the best, and I love the housemaid. She's just like, go talk to Mio. Like she's here. Like she's go be with her.
The older women are such a vibe.
I know.
As a married dude, now I'm like, I looked at my wife, I'm like, is this that moment of us just like living vicariously through like other moments now? Because we don't look for it, but I still like think it's fun to watch. So it's just like the old people like watching like Love Bloom, and you're like, yeah, this is nice.
This is it. And I love how they went shopping, and then like, you know, she kind of like looks around for material, and the old lady's like, pink would look great on you. And I love how Mia's like, no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. But she gets it anyway. So.
Because she was like, I can't afford. It's the whole like, I'm poor. I'm a poor person.
I'm poor. Yeah.
Right. I don't deserve.
What was his name? Kyoka's like really good friend in the army or whatever. And he was just like flirting with her.
And he's like, go die. Essentially, he's like.
I love how he got so drunk. He was like, don't marry him. Come marry me.
And he's like, I will kill you.
It was so funny. But yeah, how did you feel about Mio's kind of like restricted power skill?
It was actually so interesting because it was like one of those, I'm like, her family, like with her bloodline, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way she doesn't have something, right? But maybe she does. And this is just the story of like how I couldn't tell what the strife was going to be. So I was actually very surprised, like, oh, she does have, because the entire time you're like, oh, she's not sleeping well because she's been traumatized. Yeah. It's like, duh, she's been traumatized, of course. But then as you watch more, you're like, oh, she has powers. My God. Yeah.
No, it was cool because that was kind of like a slow build up. Because you're obviously how you said it, like they showed that she had nightmares, but it could have been trauma, could have been PTSD, could have been whatever. Yeah. And towards like, what was it, episode 11, where they showed like Mio's mom and like her dream site, which is like her supernatural power or whatever.
Yep.
It was
just to come out with like the most crazy power of all.
Yeah, the strongest.
The strongest,
basically. And it was crazy. Even the grandpa was like, "This is it."
Man, I expected the grandpa to like make so much trouble. Actually.
Oh yeah, me
just
too.
To find out, no, he didn't.
He's just like a low-key kind of
because
guy.
It was kind of realistic in that, like, yeah, he pushed his daughter away, and of course, like, they had strife at that point, but he was younger, quote unquote. But now that he's old, of course he cares about family in a different way.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, these are my grandchildren. Of course I'll care about you." I'm like, "Oh wow, that's actually kind of realistic to some extent."
Yeah. And how'd you feel about Kyoka being trapped for like a few episodes, quote unquote trapped?
It was nice to see. I was like, okay. For me, I was like, okay, that's kind of expected because I'm like, we got.
Did you think he was gonna be like gone?
No.
Or like
no.
Okay. You knew. Well, obviously, My Happy Marriage.
I was like, the title doesn't let it happen. There's no way. But it was a good way to like break or to bring up Mio to the plate. Let her like have some growth. Yeah.
And I just like how Kyoko was just kind of like in that trap or whatever it was. Basically a trap.
Yeah.
He was like super scared. Like he was the opposite of what he was in real life.
Yeah. Very vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yes. I had unexpectedly I kept expecting certain people to cause trouble and they did not. This season at least.
That's true.
It's the trend of like this guy's the bad
grandpa.
guy. Like so started off, I thought the initial love interest could be an issue. No, not even.
No.
It was his dad.
Even.
So that was unexpected. But then it made sense. I was like, okay, cool. Because the cousin was causing trouble, I thought the grandpa was, right? I thought the emperor was already bad. I thought the prince was gonna do something bad too. Or he felt sussy. And actually, the brother of the love interest, Koji, the brother with the red hair.
The red hair.
The red hair dude. I thought he was gonna do something too.
You know
I did not trust anyone in this anime, and yet it was the most wholesome thing ever.
I feel like you're so stressed over a romance anime. You're like, they didn't cause trouble. There's no triangle. There's no love interest.
I've watched Slice of Life. I watch all this stuff. I think with romance, I just expect some like the most out there dramatic thing to happen, and I expect it to be dumb, right? I think that's my thing. That's why I kept expecting this thing to happen, but ended up being very wholesome. I was like, okay, all these things that are these obstacles are actually like not that bad.
I love how you listed like 10 people there. You're like, they didn't do what I was expecting.
Even this, I thought the sister was gonna be an absolute like terrible person for some reason. Kyoka.
Person, yeah.
But then for some reason I thought she was kind of sussy, but then she ended up being like, oh wait, no, she's just like very personable, basically. Like very outgoing. I'm like, duh, that makes sense. That's the opposite of Kyoka. But for some reason off the bat, I'm like, she's gonna cause issues. I was expecting Mio to have to deal with like just a bunch of people and
like
having to go up the
stuff.
ladder. I'm like, hey, I have to deal with this person now. I'm like, oh, none of it.
But really, I think just the way they built Mio kind of like made sense on why all those characters that you listed off kind of made sense.
Yeah, it felt like it was one of those, she's so vulnerable, she's such an easy target that I expected everyone to just be trash. But not fully the case, actually.
Not the case.
It's just her family. And the emperor.
And the emperor.
And that's it. Yeah, I did not expect the crazy final boss fight at the end either.
Oh, yeah.
With the emperor.
With the emperor. Yeah. Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah. I have a question for you. This is from my own, like, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
The way it ended, you said season 1.
Yes.
Is there more?
Yeah, there's a season 2 announced.
Huh. I didn't see. I looked at it after, but I guess I didn't know. Maybe I didn't look at the right articles, but I didn't know if there was going to be more.
Yeah.
But you've read? Did you finish the series, reading it, or did you only read up to a certain point?
I only read up to a certain point.
Is it still ongoing too?
I think so.
Okay.
I want to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, still ongoing.
Huh. But yeah, if there's more, I mean, it's just because the way it ended, I'm like, okay, you can literally just leave it here. But I didn't know if they're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it gets interesting.
Okay.
I have to say. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm excited for you to see 2 because I think 2 is where it's really at.
Really? Oh my god. Okay.
I feel like I'm just going to stress Harrison out.
No, I'm just being stressed out for the dumbest reasons. It's because I'm like, oh, I expect dumb shit to happen with like romance, like the romance genre.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you watch like rom-com movies and all this stuff, or just romance movies, you're like, things are happening, and it's just for the sake of causing issues for the couple, or for
the drama.
For the drama. So I was expecting like dumb drama, but this has been like actually good drama.
Yeah.
This has been unexpectedly. I think this is my favorite anime for this season.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That is unexpected.
The most unexpected. This is the one that like me and my wife like we will both like actively be like, I want to watch another episode.
You want to watch? Yeah.
Because we were behind, because we kind of did bulk watch now that I think about it. But it was enough that I caught up to a point where it was like 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
But.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Summer 2023 anime was.
Unexpectedly.
My happy marriage for you.
Yeah. Although, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff like Bleach and all that. But unexpected, I think this is definitely up there, if anything.
I think this is a sleeper. People were not talking about it.
But people are also hyped for this one too. That's the thing.
Yes,
so that's why I was
really
like,
hyped. Yeah.
Yeah. Unexpected from me for what I like, right? For my
You're
goblin
about to be
brain.
so stressed with season 2. Oh no. I can see it now.
No, wait, yeah. I expected trash TV levels of drama for some reason.
Oh yeah, no.
But that's just because
No.
Shows what I know, right?
You've been listening to too much Love Is Blind. That's what. That's what.
It's fine.
Harrison, do you have any other thoughts?
No, I like this a lot. It was really good.
If you're this far into the episode, basically Harrison was stressed. A little stressed.
Unneededly stressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, Threads, Facebook, and NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that smash button. Smash it. Subscribe. Click on the bell. Get notifications from us. Smash the like button. Do everything. Except for this, like, don't do this one, but do this one.
Yeah.
Because I'll find you if you do dislike. Don't you worry. But comment down below your thoughts on My Happy Marriage. If you were as stressed as Harrison, or if you were just chill like me, like any other, romance anime. Let us know how we're doing. What do you want to see next? What do you want us to read, watch, play, everything? You let us know. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.